This is a pick a pile reading. So first of all, think of your question, think of your issue. Please also press the like button. It really does help with the energies. It gets the site out there. And everything's connected at the end of the day. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shuffle these cards. And if you can relate to anything, then please do leave a comment or share or both. There's also links if you'd like to buy me a coffee or for a personal reading. So just laying down the 3 piles. So which pile did you pick? Okay, which pile are you drawn to? So do leave a comment. 1, 2, or 3. So let's have a look at pile 1 first of all. Interesting energy here. It's very much this kind of pushing and pulling, blowing hot and cold, this coming and going type of energy. I mean, if you look at this card here, it's got the sticks in the ground which appear like the bars to a prison. But you do feel trapped, okay? But you kind of, I mean, there is a gap there. You kind of go so far and then you keep getting pulled back here, okay? It's like you're wanting a fresh start. You're wanting some type of movement. It could be within a relationship situation, but it could also be around work situation or even a house movement or a combination of some of them. But it's kind of, you keep getting pulled back. It's like you get so far all the time and then your fear, your doubts, something pulls you back. And the feeling here is that you can't see the wood for the trees. You're too much in the thick of things. Things are coming at you from all different directions. And the advice here is to step back from the situation, and stepping back, you see the bigger picture. Okay, you gain more clarity. You see what needs to be done. There's also something here about overwatering. It's like you have a plant, you keep watering it over and over again. It doesn't do the plant any good. Okay, so the feeling here, again, is the need to step back. You can go back every now and again, give it a bit of a water, and then step back again. So if you could relate to that and you chose number 1, please do leave a comment. So if you pick pile 2, interesting. Okay, this card for me is the twin flame card. Okay, there's no 2 ways about it. The universe knows that, I know that. So when it shows up, it relates to a twin flame connection around you, which has become more apparent. Okay, don't forget, twin flames is the other half of your soul. It's like this invisible thread that ties the 2 of you together. And scientists have done like an experiment, like with a particle, you cut it in half, one half one side of the universe, the other half the other side of the universe. You pull on one, it has the opposite effect on the other. So it's just yin yang type of connection. There could well be complications here, I feel. And these types of connections never come easy, because on one side you have this beautiful soul connection, but on the other side, challenges such as third parties being involved, some type of distance here between the 2 of you, which could be geographical or it could be like emotional. You're always together spiritually, but we're on the earth plane, so things aren't quite so easy here, okay? So you could be apart in a physical, emotional, or around communication. I do sense there's been a lot of overthinking here about the situation, but I do sense you're going to shine some light on the situation. You're going to gain more clarity. Something comes to light, okay? So rather than thinking so much, it's very much something comes to light and it puts your mind at rest here. And I really do sense you're going to step back from the situation. You are going to gain more clarity and then see what needs to be done. So if you could relate to this one, please do leave a comment. And last but not least, if you picked pile 3, which is not pile 3, so if you pick pile 3, interesting. So what do you notice about these 3 cards, first of all? I mean, to you, they're the right way up, okay? But to me, I'm reading the cards, they're all reversed. So it could well be there is some situation around you where you're needing to change your direction or your perspective, you know. And don't forget, if you change the way you look at something, then what you look at also changes as well. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Quite clearly, there is a negative, toxic, feminine energy around the whole situation. It could be male or female, but I just sense someone who's been doing a lot of interfering, okay, meddling in your affairs, okay, sticking their oar in where it's not wanted, trying to throw a spanner in the works. A strong sense they've thrown things out of balance here, okay, they've really got under your skin. I'm also sensing a situation around you where things are out of balance. It's like you put a lot of time, you put a lot of effort into this situation, but someone kept taking all the time. And you would think that if you gave, then you would get back in equal measure, but it hasn't been working that way. But things are going to reach ahead here, okay? Something is going to come out of the woodwork. A whole can of worms is about to open, and it kind of gives you the clarity which is needed, okay? It's not very pleasant, but what happens is you just decide just to walk away from this situation. It's very much this energy of losing the world to gain it. You must lose the world to gain it, and in letting go and moving away, you kind of get the best deal, because what's yours then starts coming towards you, and all this time, all this effort you put into a situation comes back in equal measure. It's a bit like in the old days with a CB radio with the microphone, where you press the button on the side and you would talk, so you'd give. But to receive, you have to let go of the button and then you receive. So you've got a whole lot of stuff stored up for you, and it will come back to you from one source or another in equal measure once you put yourself into receiving mode, which is very much about losing the world to gain it. So if you could relate to that, please do leave a comment, do share. And there's also links if you'd like to buy me a coffee or for a personal reading. Thank you.